Hi guys, I'm sitting in the black and white bus. It's the first run. I've never been anywhere. Just leaving. Just going. Let's give it in. I can see people behind me in the rear camera, so I'll let them get out the way a little bit. Don't want to hit somebody on the maiden voyage, yeah? Like, we know so much about maiden voyages, don't we? They're fraught with danger. Things never been tried, you know? That's the fear. That's the fear. First time. Don't want to be running into anybody today. Yeah, it is much bigger than a car. I'm feeling it. It's got a pretty stiff steering, which I like. I don't like loose steering that much. I like it if you feel the steering, not so much that it's so, well, they were the auto locks turning on. Not a person with a shotgun behind me, which is what it sounds like. Jeez, memories of van drivers. Just drive, will ya? Just drive. Just drive. Shut up and drive. You ever heard that one? Shut up and drive. Alright, we're driving. I know it looks like a motion picture where I'm faking it. Nah, but I'm really doing it. Got the phone holder. That's fine, yeah? You're allowed to do that. I can't show you out the window this time, but I think that gets boring, you know, because I tend not to drive near things that are too ugly, so I'll keep away from real hairy situations and that. I'll keep right away, you know, just so you can cruise along. Don't want you to feel the brakes and all of a sudden stopping for dramas. Like, you don't want drama, you just want to get where you're going, true? So here we are, the Magpie bus, black and white bus, just for me. I may even put a Magpie on the side. Oh, I think I need to. I think I will. I'll put a Magpie on the side. It's going to be great. It's going to be, you will not see another car like it. Nope. You will not see another one like it. Thank you. The black and white bus, here we come, turning around inside and roundabout. Ah, so exciting. Wow, hitting the road again. It feels so good being up high. It feels so good being up and being able to see down. Like, being stuck in a sedan for so long, I was buried down behind the engine, you know. I could barely see what the front of the car was doing. At least now I got a great idea of what's happening. I could see around me for once, just like a bird should be, you know. Like, you want to be able to see around you. You don't want to be trapped inside a very small car sitting behind the engine, not knowing, you know, where up and down is. Like, you kind of need to be able to see around you, especially these days with scooters and people whizzing past on all sorts of contraptions and that. You got people whizzing by. You want to be able to see around you. I think all cars should come with rear cameras now. Like, we've had too many tragedies of people running over their own kids, you know, in the driveway. That was the saddest one I ever heard. Or just things that may have given them a clue, you know. Hey, be careful, don't back out too quick. The kid's just behind you playing on his bike. They didn't see it, you know. They had this big car, so the wheels are up here, the kid's down here. What can you see? Not much, the wheels. And I just saw a tow truck yesterday smash into a car that was right next to him because he didn't see it there. He just started turning in a circle and his tire literally crushed the side of this sedan. He didn't see it. He didn't see a whole car next to him, you know. It's boggling. Mind-boggling. Alright, got a European indicator on the left-hand side now. I haven't adjusted fully to that. I've been so used to the right-hand thing. Now I've got a left hand to left, turn left, left hand down. Yeah, that's fine. You just figure it out. Because we learned it in this, topsy-turvy way being in Australia. We learned the English, British way, which is, if you want to turn left, use your right hand and put it up. Like how, that is, that's counterintuitive. But going left, putting left hand down makes a lot more sense to me. And going right hand down also makes sense in the right hand point of view, but it makes no sense with the left, which is why the left is such a blind spot for people, I believe. When you are right hand drive, obviously you're left hand blind, aren't you? Like in a kind of way. Anyway, now I'm a van, so I have to move a little bit. People don't like slow vans, I know that. You got to keep vans moving. You can't. Once people see your brake lights on in a van, bus, whatever, they hate it. They want to get past you like right away, without delay. You know, without a split second, even, not even. They're like, right now I'm getting shadowed by about half a meter. You know, like not even that. Maybe 1 meter. Okay, I'll be generous. You're giving me more than that. Okay, not following me. Okay, you're not turning into the shopping centre, which is where everyone should be. Okay, instead of up my arse. Far out. That's how we say it in Australia. Arse. We say arse. We don't say ass. We say it like the English do. You know, which I don't prefer. To be honest with you, I don't prefer to say arse, but ass sounds like so relevant to the word, like, whereas you say arse and it's the way the English people say, oh, what a complete arse, you know, what a complete arse. Whereas I love the way they're like, get your ass over here, you know, you're a complete ass. Like, that sounds so much better, yeah, with an American accent. You're a complete ass. That's true. Whereas in England, it's, oh, you're being a bit of an ass. You know, that's you know, that's not ass enough. That's not ass. You know, like, once you get your ass over here, that's something else. Going over the bridge. Woo! Okay, straight. Don't make this mistake. Done this last time. The sign says Geelong this way. Yes, this is true, but it doesn't tell you the Calder Freeway M79 is on this road that you're pointing at that says Geelong. So last time I was in the wrong lane. Almost absolutely smashed someone T-bone steak because I was gonna go straight through and I shouldn't. Did a quick loop and came back. It's all right. Better to do that. So here they say Calder Freeway is here, where they were saying Geelong. Why didn't they say Bendigo Geelong? No, they just put Geelong there. Even though I'm not going to Geelong, I must follow this road to Geelong. Isn't that so, you know, domineering of them not to include Bendigo as a crucial turn-off? You don't want to end up in Geelong when you're headed for Bendigo, right? But then again, you must use this Geelong bit to get on the Bendigo. So why not include Bendigo before Geelong on the same sign that says that way? Now you get here, it says Kilo Bendigo. But then it says Ballarat Geelong. Here's another one you left out, Ballarat. Why didn't you write Ballarat, Bendigo Geelong, all turn left, instead of effing everyone around and saying, oh, Geelong, this way. Well, maybe I don't want Geelong. I want Ballarat and Bendigo, which are on the same run. So please, don't tell me you're being inclusive when you leave out entire suburbs. Entire suburbs left out. And you think you're being an inclusive state. Oh my God, Victoria. I'm sad about Victoria. We've all become homeless in Victoria, even though we have homes. We've become homeless in a kind of way. We don't really live where we live, you know. Everything's up in the air. No one knows whether they should pay the rent or rob a bank. It's kind of a catch-22. I can understand why people commit crime here. They get desperate. You know, they really haven't got enough money to fill up their car, to eat, to do anything that would be in any way pleasing to them. It would cost some money, wouldn't it? Surely. Oh, do they think people can just live without money in a world where money means so much? Please. I'm going to move over, jump in the middle, don't worry, heaps of black and white bus, guys. Magpie bus coming through, come on. See the Magpie? He's not going to mess with you, man, unless you mess with him. Unless you go to his nest, mess with the eggs. Don't do that. You leave the magpies alone. They'll leave you alone. In fact, they'll love you for it. You leave the magpie alone. He'll respect you, man. He'll even come near you and say, hey, I don't mind you. I'd never swoop you. And if I did, I'd be faking it and I'd miss, you know. So heaps of magpies have swooped me. I haven't flinched. They didn't touch. They just drift past us saying, hey, man, just like the orcas, you know, just like those friendly whales that they'll bum rush you, but they're not going to hurt you, you know. They're not going to hurt you. That's the thing. People live in fear of animals, don't. Animals are just like us. Why would you fear animals when they're living things like you? They have those impulses, they have those nerves, they have those levels of happiness and sadness and satisfaction, just like we do, you know. I think, you know, like, oh, we're not animals, we're humans. Oh, okay, yes, you're human, but you're a living animal. Please me with the inclusiveness here. Animal, we're all animated, we're alive, right? Animated. It does not mean animal, like the way you think, ass, complete ass. Thinking that animal is an offense. It's not an offensive word. You can offend people by saying, you're an animal. Okay, that's different. That's comparing a person to a grizzly bear, where he prefers his salmon raw. He's gonna crunch through those bones. He's pull it straight out of the river. No fishing rods required. Just give me that salmon, says the grizzly. I will eat this thing. I'm happy. Blood and guts everywhere. Fine. That is not a human thing to do. We have become civilized, right? We're not eating each other. We're not eating in this savage way. But when you say someone's an animal, an animated thing, that does not mean offense. You don't mean to offend people by saying we are living things. We have such things in common with other animal species, right? Watch the ants, watch the bees, watch some of the birds, watch the penguins getting together, all having their eggs at the same time, all kind of watching each other's back. Of course, I watch my egg, you watch yours, it's that, but that's fine. It seems to work. It seems to work. Anyway, rolling on, nearly there, cruising along, it's great. Anyway, this will go up, it's great. I've been doing a lot more of these, you know. Look, I think not everyone loves AI videos. Okay, fine, even though they're my initials, AI, by the way. So like, when everyone says, I hate AI, I think, well, that's whatever. You weren't to know that that's my actual name, initial, AI. So, yeah, I have a little bit of a soft spot for the letters more. So I thought I'd trial the technology a bit. It is an experiment, right? They're saying it. You could get banned. Hey, Sophia! Guess what? My daughter's Sophie. Sophia Elena de Leon. Oh, you sound like an amazing person. A brave person, de Leon. Tell me you got a lion heart, I'm sure. I love lions and lionesses. Tigers, panthers, cheetahs. Don't we all love animals? Come on. What kind of world would this be if we had no animals? What do you think, Sophia? If we didn't have animals, what would we do without birds, bees, chickens, cows, goats, lambs? What if we just had nothing? What if we just had us and insects, right? And we have to be the so-called birds now. We have to eat worms because we are birds, right? Imagine there's no other thing to eat. Like, you don't have chickens because they're birds, right? We're birds. Okay, chickens may eat chicken. We know this. No one would love anything, or have company. Yeah, that's right. We wouldn't have pets. We wouldn't have pet kittens. We wouldn't have dogs. Yeah, it's true. What do you think? If we didn't have our goldfish or anything to care for, a plant. Oh my God, let's not even go there about plants. Plants are essential things to be alive, right? To be here right now. In fact, the plants must have come first, I have to say. Before any other thing, there had to be plant life before any other moving thing, right? And now the remnants of that plant life we see. Some of it suffers greatly under this, what I think we're putting a lot of pressure on the environment to cope. Hi Sophia, thanks for coming. You know, you're it. The whole show's about you now because you're the only one, and I'm so glad. Thank you. Hey, if you sub me, I'll do the same, you know, like, because I believe in supporting people, not any other thing. It's not about the money, you know, although if you've got a lot of money, I wish you well. I hope you do. I hope you got enough that you need. I hope everyone has enough money for themselves. That is a crucial thing these days. Have enough for you, enough. Not that you need to ask anyone for anything. That's what we need. That's independence, being able to count on yourself. Even though, yeah, it's good to have company. Like right now, I wish I had a big dog next to me, like a big friendly, fluffy, like a Barkley, you know, from Sesame Street. That big dog, big shaggy dog Barkley. Ah, I always loved Barkley. The kids used to sit on his back. He was that big. Yeah, but I'm showing my age that I grew up watching Sesame Street, so that doesn't matter. Look, it doesn't matter how old I am. I'm pretty old, you can tell. And because I can't show you the front camera, I'm doing the face on. But this is the new bus, yeah, the Magpie bus. I'm gonna get a Magpie. I'm gonna put it on the side. You're gonna see. Wait till you see the Magpie bus go by. May even put cameras on it. Oh, that would be so cool. I'll fit it out. I'll put cameras all over it. You'll be able to see what's in it, what's going on back there, the wildlife, whatever else. Maybe I'll add a couple of screens to have a look here, have a look there kind of thing. That'll be good. Going past Calder Park, home of the Bogan Raceway, you know, it looks like a war zone. Looks like a huge World War I trench bunker behind there. It's not. It's a racetrack. Backing off here, everyone turning a bit. Man, I love these Mitsubishi motors. Wow, they got a lot of pull. Wow, I could really pull something with this. I could pull a pretty heavy trailer, I'm sure. Not that I'd want to. I never prefer being like hinchy. I prefer being a straight thing, like a rigid. Yeah. Hey, where are you from, Sophia? What's going on? What part of the world you're in? Let me guess. I think you're in the French Riviera, or you're somewhere in Venice. Venice in Rome, or Venice, California? Which one? There's so many. Oh, Venice Beach. Doesn't everyone want to go there one day? Where the Doors met, Jim Morrison and that? Like, yeah, where they met. Ray Manzarek and Jim Morrison met down there in Venice Beach. I think they met up with, what's his name? Bobby Krieger later on. I watched everything about them. The Doors, Jimi Hendrix. I was right into that time of music, the rock. That whole rock thing, I thought was sensational back then. The whole electric guitar, come on. That changed everything. Like, we know that. So many people are still in the mindset of the early heavy metal, grunge, rock. We're still there, right? We're not exactly in the future yet. We're not really ready for these new techie things that are going on. So many people are still into the bass rock, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, this kind of heavy standard rock. It actually speaks to too many people. You can't disregard the need for basic rock music. Like, I'm sorry, I believe we got to bring two things back: rock and disco. They are two people that have been ignored for about 2 decades. Rock has become such a rare thing that, I mean, I'd love to see some true rock. True. Where are you going? Oh, I'm driving home. I did a new thing. I just bought a new bus and a new car thing, and it's black and white like me, you know, like a Magpie. I love it. I'm driving home now in this thing. It's so cool. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly home. I'm just going through a bunch of empty farmland things on the freeway here. It's not much to see. I've done other videos showing like where I am. I was in Essendon going back towards Bendigo where I go. I mean, I don't say exactly, you know what. That's cool. But I'm in this region, yeah, northwest Melbourne kind of thing. It's only because I don't want to attract any undue attention. I don't mean any harm, like, and I'll never mention people by name, like as in people who aren't here. Like, I'd never say, you know, talk about people. Of course, I talked about the Doors and Jim Morrison. Yeah, granted, I've already broke my own rule, but they are like deceased rock stars, so we're allowed to talk about Jimi Hendrix, aren't we? Like, that's not off the table. I know he's gone, and we can talk about Prince, Michael Jackson. That's cool, right? That should be fine. I don't see anything wrong with talking about those things. Like, yeah, I would never mention somebody right now who works in the government and he deserves to hear all this stuff said about him. No, I won't say anything about our political leaders. I won't say anything about our authoritarian kind of leadership that we have that I don't ever question, right? I don't question the authority, and they have the authority, okay? They have the guns, the weapons, the bombs, the aeroplanes, the helicopters. I have none of those. I have me, I have this bus here. So this is me. I'm nothing more than what I am. I am a collection of matter, you know, in the universe, alive right now, conscious, self-conscious somewhat right now. But I don't have any absolute perspective on any reality. So whenever they ask me on YouTube, like they ask, is this altered content? Altered content, or is it real? Like, is it actual footage, right? So, and I don't know. I'm using a camera, which is a medium, right? There could be a lens filter. It may not be realistic. Will I get flagged for being deceptive if I say it's not altered? It is altered. I've put a filter on, or I've put music or sound that's not really there on the recording, right? I don't want to be so scientific about it. They're always asking, is this altered? Well, yes, in some way, because I'm here altering the reality. Like, because I'm here talking over whatever is going on, I would say that I'm altering the reality in some way. Now, they didn't say in the question, does it contain altered content? It doesn't say, does it contain any content? Yes, it does. But whether it's altered, I don't know. Like, when I take a video of a sculpture that looks real, okay, what if it looks real to someone? And if I say, this is not altered content, but hold on, you're lying. That is not real. That's a sculpture. Yes, it's a sculptured artwork. And that artwork is a creation, right? But if I take a video of that artwork, is that altered content? Yeah, kind of. If I want to be genuine to the guidelines, I'm going to say yes to all. And when they say that anyone who says that their content is altered, that's slop, that's rubbish. No, that's not true. We're doing it to be careful. Do you want to be flagged for being deceptive? If you say it's been altered, well, yeah, that means you can't exactly say that this is truth. I'm not saying it's truth. I'm saying, according to me, the person who's altering the reality for you is, yes, it's altered content. AL, and that's kind of me, isn't it? I'm the altering thing. I'm making this thing, otherwise it wouldn't be here. So yes, it is altered. Reality would not have gone this way if I wasn't here telling you. So according to YouTube, each and every time you're altering reality in some way, I have to question, am I altering reality, or am I sitting here filming something that would have happened anyway? Oh, that's very isolated. You being there is very much a big part of what happens. So you can't possibly say, oh no, this is completely, strictly third-party gathering of the truth. No, that's no such thing, eh? Unless you were face-to-face with Prince and Michael Jackson, don't tell me what you heard him say, unless you embrace that with the parentheses of fiction, with a little bit of imaginative bias maybe, or a little bit of artistic license. So yeah, I believe altering content is all we do. It's not, whenever you turn on your camera and start filming reality, isn't that altered? Haven't you altered reality that way? You've made it a different thing. It's not the same thing. I'd be tackling this roundabout silently with the radio on, right? But no, I can't use the radio. Again, I'm gonna whinge about this. You cannot turn on your radio in a live feed because you'll get a copyright strike on the content of the sound. My God, don't you want to know where I am? No, we don't want any audio that belongs to someone else. Okay, fine, I won't use any. Do you want to watch a dead silent movie? No. You'd like a bit of music or something? This is the problem. I can't put a soundtrack on these. I can't even play the radio or a CD. Once I tried that, man, don't even do that. Do not play a proper CD and talk over it. You'll get a copyright. A big red circle with a line through it. Sorry, mate, delete. Delete right away, or you're going in the basket of fire. So no, I don't want any more bans. I don't want any more trouble. I'm not into it. I don't want trouble. I don't want to upset anyone. My idea is just to contribute in how I can, right? Once again, not asking ever for anything. I thank you so much for being there, listening, support me. That is the support. You being here is the present. Presence is the present, all right? I'm not into money from anyone. I like having enough for me, and that's all. Just enough for me to get my coffee, whatever. And I'll offer you one anytime. You want a coffee, I'm buying. That's fine. But I'll never ask for $1. Okay? You can count on that. I'm not taking away from people who are brave enough to say, this is what we're doing, support us, but I don't need help. I don't need help, support. I'm happy to do this, right? I love it. And in fact, I wish I'd discovered this so many decades ago. I've been watching YouTube forever, but didn't never know I could just have a channel just by having an account. I had no idea about that. When it said, your channel, I went, what, my channel? Is that really my channel, or just my little remote control doodah, Oh, anyway, we're coming up to the 30-minute. I don't want to drag it out, guys, but I appreciate you all so much. Sophia, thanks for keeping company. It was so good even to have someone, but I don't expect you all to be there. I know you're going to catch me somewhere, maybe, and I'm so glad. Appreciate so much everything, your support. I'll show you my van in detail. Definitely going to put a Magpie on the side, man. You're going to see me. I'm going to make a statement about the Magpie. Love you all. Have fun. Take care.